Good morning, everyone. My name is Marty Everett. I'm the principal here at Martin Middle School, and today I have with me Ms. Cortina Olivier and Mr. Van Phillips, our two administrators here at the school. Parents, we want to talk to you about a couple things that we've seen an uptick in while here at school, and this is all the horse playing. You know, many times throughout the day, we have to address students for playing, and so a lot of times when that happens, these events can lead to more serious events. For example, we have students that, they're playing all day long, and all of a sudden now one does not want to play. And then it turns into a physical altercation. Our code of conduct does not say that, they don't get a disciplinary consequence because they were playing, or it led into a serious disciplinary action because they were playing. So parents, if you would, please, ma'am, please, sir, talk to your child about all the horse playing that is happening. Because I have a sticky note on my desk that says we were just playing, because that's the number one response that we get from students when we ask you, how did this happen? Well, we started out with, we was just playing. So parents, again, if you would, please help us by talking to your child about all the horse playing. It's fun to have fun with your friends and whatnot, but there's a time and a place, and many times these events are leading into more serious things, and we're having to call you about disciplinary consequences. So again, please talk to your child about those things.
And I wanted to discuss dress code. We are still having issues with dress code. Primarily, our young ladies are tucking their shirts in, so skin is showing. This is, of course, a violation of our dress code. Your clothing should be worn the way that it was made. So young ladies should not be tucking their shirts in so we can see their skin, or should they be tying their shirt in the back so we can see their skin. So if you would please just make sure that you're looking at their clothing before they leave before they leave home. Also the leggings. They can wear leggings as long as they wear something that comes to their mid-thigh area, and all of that is covered. So again, we're getting an uptick in our dress code violations, and we're just asking that you please help us with those things. And just to let you know that if they are in violation of the dress code policy, they will spend that particular day in school suspension. We are not allowing students to call home at this time because it is March, and the dress code policy has not changed. So please just be mindful of those things as students are dressing to come to school.
And along those lines, parents, we also want you to make sure that you address your young boys, because we have a lot of boys that come to school that probably wear pants my size or sizes too big. We have zip ties, but that's one of the things we don't necessarily like doing those things. But that's our temporary fix, that we have to make sure our young men keep their pants on the waist. We don't want to see their underwear. We don't want to know all their business. So we ask that parents, please monitor your child before they leave school. Before they leave home, because we can tell they're walking around holding their pants, and they're gonna fall off if they don't hold them. And again, like Ms. Olivier said, students that are in violation will zip tie them, and they're still going to go to in-school suspension, because it's a disruption. We got kids that walking through the building, walking through the cafeteria, walking through class, and your underwear is showing. So parents, please address your young men about those things.
And lastly, about just discipline, as we've spoken about in previous newsletters, our cell phone policy. Jefferson County, we have a strict cell phone policy that no cell phones should be brought to school. Now, we as parents also, we understand that your child at times have to bring a cell phone. They must communicate with you, possibly about how they're getting home. We have student athletes, we have people participating in after school activities. So we do understand why students do need to bring their cell phones device. But we are encouraging, we say every morning over the announcements where students' cell phones should be the moment they enter into our school. They should be in their book bags, and once they keep them in their book bags, once they get to their lockers, they should be placing them in their lockers. So there should be no reason why any adult should ever see a cell phone in their hand or a cell phone in print in their pocket. So there are no misunderstanding. Well, I was just checking the time. Well, I was just texting my mom. Well, we try to refrain from getting into conversations like that by just simply telling students to keep their phones inside of their lockers. So parents, if you could do us a favor, reminding your student, although they are responsible for that device, they are also responsible for putting that device inside of their locker.
And not only devices, cell phones, but those Beats headphones. We have had so many issues with students losing the headphones. They are not allowed to walk around the school with the Beats on their ear, on their neck, on their head. So that is also an item that should be placed in their lockers before school begins, and they can get those out after 6 period. They can go back to their locker and get those things.
Yes, and parents, we have had these items come up missing because they were not lost or misplaced, they've been stolen. That takes up a great deal of time from any administrator, from our SRO, trying to track down these devices. So we have encouraged kids, I have told kids, if you bring things on campus, that are not supposed to be here, it's fine if you put it in your locker. No one should have your locker combination but you. So the devices or the items should not come up missing. But if they are, and you're asking us to find this, that's a hole we try not to go down, because we've got almost 700 kids at the school, and we cannot afford to spend our time looking for Beats or looking for cell phones that should have been placed in the locker. And like Mr. Phillips said, it's an announcement made every single morning about cell phones, book bags, and purses, headphones, any electronic devices. All these things should be placed in the locker. So please talk to your child about that. And in addition to that, parents, we have ACAP testing coming up. Spring break is right around the corner. We will be taking our first exam March the 18th. That is our science exam. Only the 6th grade and 8th grade students will take the exam on that day. We will have a pep rally to try to get all of our kids motivated on that Monday, March 17th. But we're asking parents, please make sure that all kids are on time, especially our 6th and 8th grade. We definitely need them on time, because we are graded by a certain percentage of students that we must test.
Yes.
So we do have to have the students in the building on time, and there can't be any disruption. So once the child is here, they cannot be checked out until after testing. If there's an emergency, we understand that. However, if you don't need to check your child out, we're asking that please allow the testing to be completed, and then you check your child out.
And to kind of piggyback off that, one thing that Minor Middle School is doing to increase or to entice students to make sure that they are in class and at school, we have what we call our ACAP attendance celebration. So what we are going to do starting March the 1st, we are going to tally up from March the 1st into the last week of testing how many 6th graders, 7th graders, and 8th graders were absent in those 2 months. After we have compiled all that information, we're going to see what grade had the least amount of absences. And that grade is going to get a particular celebration that you'll find out later on. But not only that, any student over that course of time who has perfect attendance will also be included in that celebration. Again, we are encouraging you all not just to come to school, but come to school ready and willing to learn. Because we know, she knows, he knows that we can't do this without you all.
We have a parent survey that will be coming to you soon. And we have, thank you to PTA, we will have 3 cash prizes, giveaways to give you if you complete that survey. So your name will go into a drawing, and we will draw 3 names for 3 cash prizes. I will send that link out to you. There will be a link in the newsletter, and you will also receive a link in Parent Square. And the survey doesn't take long. It takes maybe about 3 to 5 minutes. I'll also send a form so you can do a screenshot of your completed survey, so I can go ahead and add your name in that drawing. So please look forward to that. It should be listed down lower down there in the newsletter somewhere. So you'll have access to that, and I will also send it to you in Parent Square. Is that all?
That'll be all.
That'll be all that we have this time. And parents, again, we want to thank you for all that you do for Minor Middle School. And I want to give a big shout out to our PTA for sponsoring these cash prizes. They did this for us last year, and we're so grateful that they are doing this for us again. So parents, if you would, please take all the announcements and the information that you heard and keep all those things in mind, and we'll see you the next time. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.